Our presentation is about climate change and infectious diseases. Some scientists have predicted that a large increase in infectious agents are due to an increase in climate change. Infectious agents are organisms that are capable of producing infections or infectious diseases. They include bacteria, which is able to grow and divide to create infectious diseases throughout the body, viruses, which are infectious agents that replicate only in the living cells of other organisms, parasites, which include insects, fleas, ticks, etc., the parasitic infections can be spread in numerous ways, such as contaminated water, food, waste, and soil. Microbes are microorganisms that cause diseases and fermentation. If they're exposed to high temperatures, it promotes pathogen growth and pest outbreaks. Predictions on the consequences of climate change on infectious agents are that human malaria and moderate climate-induced range expansions will be offset by range contractions in other locations, and human malaria will spread across a broad geographic area into higher latitudes. The host pathogen interactions are defined as how bacteria or viruses maintain themselves within host organisms. If there is an increase in temperature, it can alter disease risk, affect the behavior, development, fertility, and death of living and parasitic species by altering their physiology and demographic. Accelerating invertebrate development but reduce lifespan, and it can increase immune enzyme activity and bacterial resistance for insects and lower host immunity.
Metabolic theory of ecology, or MTE, is a theory that uses established relationships to predict the effects of climate change. These relationships can be things like metabolism, ambient temperature, and body size. The usage of pre-existing relationships means that there is no need to use species-specific data to make predictions. This has been synonymous with accuracy because it has been proven with the field observations that the predictions are accurate. One study used these predictions to determine the infectivity of a pathogen and also the ability for the species that it infects to fight off the increased infectivity. Community ecology is very affected by climate change. This is because climate change causes the death of one or more organisms in the ecosystem as a whole. This extinction can be caused by both the increase or decrease in pathogens, and this increase and decrease can lead to different types of disease or even more diseases. The main problem that this is causing is the loss of biodiversity as a whole, because the loss of different types of organisms takes their effect on that ecosystem out of the ecosystem. So it is decreasing the pool of organisms that are already there.
Phenology is simply the study of natural phenomena. Climate change greatly affects phenologies and has already altered the interactions between plants and pollinators, predators and prey, plants and herbivores, etc. Migratory species, specifically, are extremely sensitive to climate change. These long-distance migrations can lower parasite transmission by allowing the host to escape pathogens. However, the more and more mild our winters become, the earlier some parasites hatch, and the greater the chance of parasite overwintered survival. The constant challenge we face now is the unpredictability of changes and diseases and detecting signals of climate change across different systems. However, the development of new technologies have allowed us to further explore and detect variability in physiological processes and gene expression. Knowing this variability advances predictive power. The general population can also help to combat climate change by helping to conserve forests and wetlands, promoting renewable energy, and by building resilience against vulnerable communities. Knowing and incorporating these into our daily lifestyles will truly help to tackle climate change and stabilize our environment. Thank you.